All right, we're with NSU women's soccer coach Chase Wooten. Coach, you went up to Missouri and split up there. You had one win against Missouri Western, and you lost to Northwest Missouri. Just take us through the weekend.
You know, realistically, sometimes you go on the road and you think a split would be okay. Winning conference games on the road isn't easy. I think most people know that. You're expected to kind of win your home games when you can. So we have a long weekend and get up to Northwest Missouri, and we feel pretty good about ourselves. And we played fairly well. First 15 minutes, they come down and score a goal. Shortly thereafter, they get another one. And realistically, those are the first two good looks they had on goal, and all of a sudden we're chasing the game from 2-0 down. Turn around at halftime, we weren't all that terrified. We just felt we needed to dig ourselves out of the hole. Get to the second half, and we're all over them. We just cannot find a way to buy a goal. We've dribbled in behind, and from everything we gauged, their goalkeeper was pretty good, but we just couldn't hit frame. So that put us in a place where we started pushing a lot of numbers forward. They ended up getting a third goal. Statistically, it's a mystery. They had 6 shots, 3 of them on goal. They scored 3 goals. We had 21 shots and scored none. But to their credit, I mean, they defended like a champ. They defended like a team. We just didn't get it done in the final third, and really more so in the inside the 18 and just being composed and having some discipline there. Sometimes we showed our youth a little bit. Overall, we didn't play badly. I mean, to lose 3-0 and outshoot somebody 3-1, if not more than that, it was just a little bit of an oddity, perhaps, an anomaly of a game. But to their credit, they came out with a job, and they were able to achieve it, and we paid the price.
Well, let me stop you there for a second. For those who don't quite understand college soccer, what do you attribute to they took 3 shots on goal total, and all 3 of them went in the back of the net? So what do you attribute that to?
You know, there's several things there. One, sometimes there's just good shots, and none of their shots were bad. 2, we did not. The first goal came from on top of the 18, which is about a 20-yard shot, and she hit it well, and our goalkeeper got chipped, but it was a driven chip. And positionally, a foot here or there makes a big difference. And then the second goal, they turned around and beat us near post, which is rare, but she wasn't in a terrible position to score that. So the finisher did a good job. The third goal, we pushed the entire team forward. The kid finished it well, but it was mostly because we didn't have numbers back. We were doing everything we could to make it 2-1. Losing 3-0 was the same thing as losing, and so we were just trying to get back in the game with that side of it. But it was I can honestly say in 12 years I'm not sure I've seen a game like that, and I don't think I've been on that side of it before either. So, anyways, our thing was we didn't play badly. We were super disappointed with the result, and that hurt. And so we spent Saturday kind of refocusing from film to team meetings to things like that. Did a team building activity, that type of stuff, and then turned around and on Sunday we went out, and again it was really good defending from Western, but we got a goal on a penalty kick, and then we got a goal right at the end of the first half, which was classy, and then they got a penalty kick against us early in the second half, and ended up getting it to 2-1. And somebody else's home field, they've got some momentum, and our girls kind of answered the bell a little bit. Within 2 or 3 minutes later, after them getting a goal, we got up to 3-1, and really at 3-1. We were having most of the play. The game was probably reasonably secure. We were able to play some other people and rest some of our starters who had really had a long weekend. And so overall, I thought the games were fairly similar. Both teams defended incredibly well. The difference in tempo was we fell behind in one and had to chase the game, and the other one we were able to get up and stay up.
You look at the 2 games total, and you see you outshot both teams 47-10. So what do you attribute to that in terms of just you guys seem to be pressing really well so far this year?
I think going forward we're okay, and to be fair, other than a moment or two, we haven't been countered all that hard, meaning that we've pushed so many numbers forward that we were vulnerable in the back. I think we've done a decent job of having balance and being patient in the back. We are doing a good job of winning the game in the middle third, where if there's punts and goal kicks, we win the ball, and we typically win second ball. Our biggest issue right now is can we relax enough in front of the goal and make good decisions? Let our soccer IQ shine a little bit. And at the moment, we have times where we look really composed and really smart, and we have times where we look really flustered and confused and like a freshman. And so, but we're gaining experience with every game, and we're getting goals typically in most games. So overall, looking back, if you would have asked me on Friday where we were at, everybody was so frustrated you could cut the tension with a knife. Now 5 days later, we're looking around and saying, okay, objectively, we did fine. We didn't get the result that we needed. But we did bounce back on Sunday and played well as a team together. So in that sense, we made some steps forward.
Looking from an individual perspective a little bit, Lizzie Cujo had 3 points against Western. and the game winner. Emily Vogus got the last goal of the game. Talk about some of the individuals for you guys.
Emily on Friday had a couple of sitters that really she should have scored, and she knows it. And she's a leader for us. She works incredibly hard. She's usually good for a goal every other game. And I think she was feeling the pressure. I think she really felt borderline guilty, perhaps, of not getting the goals on Friday. And sometimes when you feel that pressure, it makes you play worse. Emily was able to rise up and continue to thrive and work hard. She really had a great second half at Western. Got a nice goal, and really it was a timely goal. We spoke about this a second ago, but scoring the third goal was good. Scoring the third goal right after they scored theirs sent a message, and that was an important timetable factor. So all positive there. Lizzie, for us, obviously has done a nice job. Still kind of working. She's obviously a new face for us, but she's still working inside of a scheme of an offense where we're learning how to fit her into us, and she's learning how to work around with the players around her. And so, but at times we saw really good moments on Sunday, even on Friday. Lizzie was dangerous going forward, but we did a better job of utilizing her, I thought, on Sunday.
As we like to do, we'll look ahead a little bit here. It's homecoming week for the RiverHawks. You got Nebraska Kearney Friday at 7 p.m. at Deloach Field, and then you got on Sunday at 11 a.m. Fort Hays State. Talk about your next two opponents.
Nebraska Kearney, they're going to be a little bit of an X factor. Since I've been here, we've not played them, so we're not sure exactly systems of play. We'll get some reports in over the next 24 hours on them. But in the grand scheme of things, obviously we're expecting a tough game, but it's at home. We would like to think we can handle our business at home. We played Fort Hays last year at their place, and it's so windy in Hays, Kansas, that we were really, really direct last year, especially in the half that the wind was against us. Basically, anything that we got, we served big and challenged their back line. We came out with a win 3-1 last year, but it's a different team. They're a year older and more experienced. It will certainly not be as windy here as it was there. And they played on an artificial surface, which is a pretty fast field. For us, it should be to our benefit to be back on grass. So, both games, kind of like the Missouri weekend, they're winnable, but if you show up and you don't take care of your chances, all these teams in this league will make you pay if you don't.
All right, well, best of luck to you on homecoming weekend.
Thanks.
All right, Chase Wooten, women's soccer.